மாஸ் கீழப்பாவூர்.
Hi, welcome to Mass Keelapavur channel. I am Dr. Aruna Shanmugavel. Let us see a motivational quote. You can't reach the top of the mountain just by looking at it. You have to take steps. The mesodermal pharyngeal arches, ectodermal clefts, and endodermal pouches are together called as pharyngeal apparatus. In this video, we'll see the details of pharyngeal arches. The pharyngeal arches are the mesodermal thickenings present in the wall of the foregut. After the formation of head fold, part of yolk sac get incorporated into it and forms the foregut. Dorsal to the foregut is developing brain that represents the head by its bulging. Ventral to the foregut is the pericardium that represents the future thorax. So, it is very clear that the neck doesn't appear so far. The developing foregut is separated from the stomatodeum by buccopharyngeal membrane. Later, this membrane ruptures so that the foregut opens to the exterior through stomatodeum. The neck is formed by the elongation of the region between stomatodeum and pericardium. This elongation occurs by a descent of developing heart partly, appearance of series of mesodermal thickenings in the wall of cranialmost part of the foregut mainly. These mesodermal thickenings are called pharyngeal or branchial arches. The cranialmost part of foregut is the future pharynx. This region is funnel shaped in the beginning with a floor or ventral wall, roof or dorsal wall, and two lateral walls. Now, the endodermal wall is separated from the surface ectoderm by a layer of mesoderm. Then, the mesoderm is arranged in the form of 6 cylindrical bars. These bars run dorsoventrally in the lateral wall of foregut in craniocaudal sequence. These bars grow ventrally and fuse with fellow of opposite side to form pharyngeal arch. These arches are numbered from 1 to 6 from cranial to caudal aspect. The fifth arch disappears as soon as it is formed. The mesoderm of these arches is derived from the paraxial mesoderm and lateral plate mesoderm. Also, it is invaded by neural crest cells. Each pharyngeal arch has a skeletal element, striated muscle, an arterial arch and nerve. Let us see the derivatives from each arch one by one. The skeletal element from the first arch is Meckel's cartilage. The malleus, incus, and spine of sphenoid are developed from the dorsal end of the cartilage. The ventral part of the cartilage is surrounded by developing mandible. The dorsal part of the cartilage disappears and its perichondrium forms anterior ligament of the malleus and sphenomandibular ligament. The mesenchyme of ventral part of first arch forms mandible. That of dorsal part forms maxilla, zygomatic bone, palatine bone, and part of temporal bone. The mandibular nerve is the post-traumatic nerve of the first arch and cauda tympani is the pre-traumatic nerve. The muscles of mastication, that is masseter, temporalis, medial and lateral pterygoid muscles. Then mylohyoid and anterior belly of digastric. Tensor tympani and tensor veli palatini are derived from the first pharyngeal arch. Here you can recollect the muscles supplied by mandibular nerve, whether from the main trunk or from its divisions. Maxillary artery is the artery of first arch. Richard's cartilage is the cartilage of second arch. Its dorsal end forms stapes and styloid process. The ventral region forms lesser horn of hyoid and upper half of body of hyoid bone. The perichondrium between dorsal and ventral part forms stylohyoid ligament. The facial nerve is the post-traumatic nerve of the second arch. According to some anatomists, tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve is the pre-traumatic nerve of second arch. All the muscles of facial expression, stapedius, stylohyoid, posterior belly of digastric and platysma develop from the second pharyngeal arch. Hyoid artery and stapedial artery are the arteries of second arch. The skeletal derivatives from third arch are the greater horn and lower part of body of hyoid bone. The nerve of third arch is the glossopharyngeal nerve, and the only muscle supplied by it is the stylopharyngeus. So, stylopharyngeus is the only muscular derivative from third arch. The arteries of third arch are common carotid artery and internal carotid artery. The skeletal derivatives from the fourth and sixth arch are the cartilages of larynx. The nerve of fourth arch is the superior laryngeal nerve that divides into internal and external laryngeal nerve. The muscles developed from fourth arch are the muscles of pharynx except stylopharyngeus, all the muscles of soft palate except tensor veli palatini, and also cricothyroid muscle of larynx. The arteries of fourth arch are arch of aorta on the left side, subclavian artery on the right side. The nerve of sixth arch is the recurrent laryngeal nerve, and hence all the muscles of larynx except cricothyroid develop from sixth arch. The arteries of sixth arch are ductus arteriosus on the left side and pulmonary artery on the right side. Right. So far, we have discussed the mesodermal pharyngeal arches and their derivatives. I'll meet you in the next video with derivatives from endodermal pouches and details of ectodermal clefts. Shall we wind up this session with a quote? Nothing can stop you once you have decided to grow. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, select all to get instant notification.